The Ukrainian armed forces have not yet fully liberated the right bank of the Kherson region, but the occupants who have settled in the Olishki location are already beginning to receive gifts from Ukrainian artillery. And this is on the other side of the Dnieper. It's strange that the Russian command doesn't realize that their troops are out there in the open. As much as they would like, they should retreat below the Skadovsk line. Otherwise, the APU will simply methodically, systematically and with cold-blooded excitement grind all occupiers on the left bank. And the occupiers will again have to endure shelling and retreat. While tracking the movement of the Russians on the right bank, I paid attention to the main signs indicating that they were preparing to flee. For example, evacuation of doctors. And not only doctors, but the removal of medical equipment and drugs. All. Absolutely. It would seem that if you are preparing to hold a given region to the last drop of blood, then a lot of that blood will be spilled. So, who will treat the wounded? In addition, the apparent removal of artillery and placement on the left bank. Not absolutely all of it, but the process has begun and is continuing. Progressively, and evidently systematically. Now the Russians have begun to wind down communications units. The main and redundant systems are being phased out and withdrawn. Just like the artillery, progressive and planned. Without medical care, without full artillery support, without effective and interrupted communications. And how can they in such conditions keep the right bank? For those very anticipating what is going on, I want to warn that they will not give up the right bank without a fight anyway, but I wish I were mistaken. Instead of withdrawing units, they are pushing the recently mobilized. But do not underestimate the enemy. I want to warn that they will not give up the right bank without a fight all the same, but I would like to be wrong. At the same time, in place of the withdrawn units with experience, they bring in the recently mobilized. That is, they take away a valuable resource, and leave cannon fodder, which is of no value to the command and whose only purpose is not to block, but to slow down the counterattack by the AFU. They are another victim of Putin's ambitions and future fertilizer for Ukrainian soil. It is not without reason that in Ukraine, one of the highest quality blacks in the world, the war of the Russian Empire against Ukraine has lasted for centuries. And Ukraine will definitely win.